A political upset in Texas over the weekend after a Democrat won in a district that President Trump won easily in 2024. Union leader and veteran Taylor Ramett flipped the district in the Fort Worth area, winning a special runoff election for state Senate by more than 14 points. President Trump tried to distance himself from the loss despite having endorsed Republican candidate Lee Wambsgans just a day before.
I'm not involved in that. That's a local Texas race.
Did you endorse the Republican?
You mean I won by 17 and this person lost? Things like that happen.
Does it worry you about the
Well, you don't know whether or not it's transferable. You know, I'm not on the ballot, so you don't know whether or not it's transferable. But no, I don't know anything about it. I didn't know. I mean, I know there's a race going there, and it's too bad. What can I say? I have nothing to do with it.
Joining us, Texas State Senator-elect Taylor Ramett. Thank you for joining us, sir.
Thank you so much for having me.
So what do you attribute this win to? What was the message that you believe worked?
The message, it's clear. Working folks out here are struggling. We need to listen to the voters and constituents, and we need to talk with them, not at them. A lot of hard work, community built. That's the winning message here. We need to lower costs. We need to fight for the working folks that are struggling with 2 or 3 jobs. That's what this is really all about.
Did you find it hard to overcome being a Democrat in this district?
I think when someone shows up and is ready to work really hard and make sure that we focus on unity, this is Texas. We look out for our neighbors. No matter what political ideology you fall under, Republican, Democrat, this is about people over the party.
Lots of Democrats have been trying to win in Texas for a while and haven't had a lot of success. And, there was concern that that success was going to be even harder to come by after Donald Trump won so many Latino voters in 2024. Do you have a sense that the Latino support in Texas is withering for Trump? And if so, if immigration is part of that, what's your sense of that?
My sense is just regarding the Senate district I'm in. I can't speak for all of Texas. I know we started with the Latino community because the Northside community here in Tarrant County is overlooked and underserved. So that's where I started a lot of this work when this campaign kicked off. And
what did you tell them?
Well, it's not what I told them. It's listening. I wanted to listen to the community and find the issues that they've been struggling with the most. A lot of it goes to our public education system here in Texas. And again, just showing up is the first step in representation. I need to listen and take those concerns with me to the Senate.
I guess what I'm trying to get at with you is just specifically what you think worked, because Democrats right now are trying to find a unifying message across the party and for races all around the country. And they're looking to you and they're wondering, what specifically did you do to such great effect, especially to win in a district that was plus 14, plus 17, I believe, for Donald Trump in 24. A year later, you're winning it by 9. How?
I got to say, it's a great question. The answer's simple. Stay away from the culture wars and the hyper-partisanship. Just focus on what's going to help the working Texans' bottom line. That's what worked here. I can't say what will work elsewhere. We have our own identity here. As a Democrat myself, I'm for the people before I serve any party. And I know that I had to work really hard to earn the trust of this entire community. And I'm going to fight and work hard for them every single day.
When they're talking to you, are they talking specifically about grocery prices? Are they talking about, foreign wars? What's the main issue that you kept hearing about?
One of the things that struck me whenever I was campaigning, I had this director for a cancer center come up to me, and she was so happy that I was running and how I was running my campaign about affordability and stuff like that and lowering costs, because she has patients that are having to choose between rent, food, and cancer treatment. This is extremely alarming, and these are the things we have to laser focus on right now, because the folks that are in cancer treatment, the folks that are working 2-3 jobs just to have a decent life, they don't have the opportunity and the luxury to focus on cultural issues. They're out here trying to survive. And so someone like me, I want to make sure that I meet them where they're at, where they're struggling, and try and help them and talk through these issues and how I can serve them better.
I think that's a really interesting point and anecdote. You are also an interesting type of candidate. You are you're a union chapter president. You're young. You're 33, and you're a machinist at Lockheed Martin, and you come from two working class parents. Did you want to get into politics? Was this part of your path, or did you find that this was a moment that you couldn't pass up? How did you get into this role?
Well, I remember. So my dad, he was an aircraft mechanic, and my mom worked in a beauty salon to make ends meet. Growing up in that, when I wasn't in school, I'd be at my mom's salon, and I'd see the community that was there. It was something that I realized we were missing right now in politics, and we have to meet the moment. We have to build community. We have to show up in community as true leaders and stop talking about voters and talking to them, with them. I really think this isn't it's